Okay, so what we're going to do this week is we're back in the redstone area of How To World, and we're going to look at secret entrances. Now, there's a really simple one, a really simple one that you can do in any survival game with practically no resources. And it doesn't even involve any redstoning. That's the one I'm going to show you first. Then I'm going to show you my favourite style of secret door, and I'm actually going to walk you through exactly how to do it. And if we've got time, I might possibly show you how to make it a bit fancier. But for now, that's what we're going to concentrate on, these two. So, over at the back of redstone area. La 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 la. Ooh, there's a floating brick. I object to them as a matter of, I don't know. I'm just a little bit odd. I hate them floating in midair, so they must be got rid of at every opportunity. That has nothing to do with secret doors. This does. Somewhere in what we're looking at, there is a secret door hidden. And it is, in fact, this here. And this is the easiest possible way you can have a secret door. What you do is, as long as you've got a pickaxe, did I put some stone in? No, let me get some cobblestone out. As long as you've got a pickaxe and you've got some cobblestone and maybe come across a couple of bits of coal, you can do this. It's remarkably easy. Let me just put some. Oh, it would help if I'd got more than one cobblestone out. This is the third time I've recorded this video, because I may or may not keep doing silly things. So, for now though, we only really want two. We'll let it go to 2 and then take the rest out. So yes, every time you come to your base, you would just stick some cobblestone in your furnace. Only 2. You only really need 2 for this door, unless you want to make it bigger. And just bake 2 cobblestone every time you come home. So you've always got a little bit of a buffer. And all you do is you come in, you put your cobblestone in, you brick it back up. Like so. And then you're nice and safe overnight. When you want to go out in the morning, you've already put some cobblestone back in your furnace. So you grab your nice smooth stone out, run out, brick it back up. Now, you could camouflage it more by putting more stone either side of it, like so. So it just looks like a natural rock outcropping. The only drawback to this is you have to have a little bit of a good memory, just to remember where you've put it. But as long as you can line yourself up on some landmarks, you should be able to remember where you've put it, and you just head in, grab your stone out of the furnace, and stone it back up. Easiest, simplest secret door in the world. People don't tend to see it either. If there's a stone cliff with 2 bits of dirt, they tend to think there's something hidden behind that. But for some reason, the other way around, if there's a dirt hill with 2 bits of stone, they don't seem to pick up on that, and I don't know whether it's because that's the way hills tend to be normally. With just random little bits of stone poking out. But yeah, it's amazing how often that just gets completely overlooked. Especially if you come in and crouch straight away so they can't follow your name tag. And you make your cave a little bit deep as well, so you can crouch at the back rather than at the front. Anyway, that didn't involve any redstone. This next one does. This next one is my absolute favourite design for a hidden door. It's really easy to do, it's really simple, and it doesn't take up very much room. So it's really pretty good. I've got it, as you can see, it works on pistons. These are sticky pistons. I've got it made out of exactly the same material as the surrounding cliffs. So if I just run outside, you'll see it's pretty much... You can't really tell there's a door there at all, especially if you camouflage the outside a little bit by making it a little bit irregular, like that. No one would really look twice at that. However, you know that there's a button there that will get you back in. I would recommend using stone buttons wherever possible if you're doing secret entrances. Partially because if you use a lever, when you've pushed it, the door's going to stay open and you're going to have to come back out and push it to shut it. If you use a button to send a pulse, it'll open and shut straight away. Or a pressure plate. And both the stone pressure plates and the stone buttons are really well camouflaged, particularly in this natural texture pack, which is my favourite. But if you don't know that that's there, even from pretty close, it's really quite hard to tell it's there. You need to be right on top of it to see it get highlighted, really, to notice it. So yes, that is my top tip for today. Use buttons rather than levers. Anyway, that doesn't tell you how to put the door together. As you can see, there's 2 pistons. It's powered on all the time by a redstone torch, so the piston's locked open unless we do something to it. And if you've watched the title update 19, How to Redstone, or in fact the Traps and Ambushes one, I think both of those talk about inverting the current. That's what we're going to do here. What we're going to do is when we press the button or when we push the pressure plate, we're sending a signal to the block that the torch is sat on, which turns the torch off, which lets the pistons open. So as you can see there, that's all we're doing. So it's locked open and we're inverting the current. What I might do is, let's just head over to the hill. The hill, and I'm just going to build one for you from scratch so you can follow along. Like I said, they're really easy, they're remarkably easy to do. And all we're going to start with is we're going to start with 2 sticky pistons. So there we go, there's our 2 sticky pistons. Then what we're going to do, I'm going to use iron. You can use, again, I've said this in a couple of my videos, if you're redstoning, get into the habit of using a certain material to put your redstone on top of. It just saves you a little bit of a headache, because then when you're faffing about, we'll say, when you're expanding your walls or this, that and the other, if you see the material that you use for circuits, don't dig it, and then you won't break your circuit, and then you won't have to take an entire wall out to get back to your thing to fix stuff. So all I do is make sure that, if I can, obviously if I'm in survival and I don't have additional materials, it's not as important. It just makes life that little bit easier. So for this I'm just going to use iron, but you can use anything. What you want is a block on the back of that top piston, like that. And you're going to stand a torch behind that second piston down. So you can see there, that torch is directly powering that piston out. It's powering that block, which is powering that piston. They're locked out. That's exactly what you want. Then you're just going to dig down a little bit. We're going to come one down and we're going to put redstone into the back of this block. So the redstone is coming into this block. We're then going to just come along either side of it, like this. So, I'm going to dig all the way there. I'm going to come down a little bit here just because it makes life a tiny bit easier if you're a bit lower down, just so your circuits don't cross over themselves. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put some redstone here. So this is level with the extended piston, one little bit of redstone. And you're just going to cruise on back, and then you're going to put a redstone repeater. And I usually, this is the outside of the door, for the sake of argument. I usually have a button on the outside of the door, just because you need to know where it is to press it, so monsters can't wander over it accidentally. But, because I'm incredibly clumsy, I need a little bit of time delay on my door from the outside if I've had to press a button. Just because I have to press it and then mentally line myself up and then run through the door. So you need a redstone repeater there anyway, so your circuit doesn't cross over too soon. I just set mine to maximum tick, so that when I press the button I've got a little bit of delay to get in. If you find it's not enough delay, or you've put the button further from the door, you can put a couple of repeaters in at maximum tick, just to give yourself a bit of delay to get to it. Anyway, that's not important. What is important is I'm going to put a wall in here. So this is the wall, and as you can see, if I take that back out, there's a reason we stepped that redstone up at the front there, and that is so that it would sit directly under the brick that I'm going to put, under the block that I'm going to put my button on. So if I just come back like this, so that's our wall for the outside, and this would be, hang on, let me just think, we are locked open there, yeah. So that would be the door material, this would be where the door meets, like so. So that would be, there we go. Okay, I haven't put any material in on the front of the sticky piston, you'll notice yet. I find it easier just to be able to run backwards and forwards if you don't put that in yet. All I'm then going to do is I would want my pressure plate here, because that's right in front of where I want to run out. So put your pressure plate in and then dig the block underneath the block that the pressure plate's sitting on. Again, if you've watched Traps and Ambushes, this will be really familiar to you. And you just dig all the way back for that. We're just going to redstone that pretty simply. Go under the block. I tell you what, it's getting really dark. Let's go and have a quick little nap so we can see what we're doing. If you watch these videos back to back, this bed will be more familiar to you than your own bed. I do spend a lot of how-tos sleeping for some reason. Okay, back to the door. Okay, so all we're doing now is we're wiring up the pressure plate on the inside. Oh, hello. That's the reason we need a redstone repeater in there, so we don't cross-contaminate. You don't need to set the pressure plate on any delay, because it's literally right in front of the door. So, what we've got there now then is the pressure plate will send a signal round and into the block that the torch is sitting on, which turns the torch off, which turns the pistons off. So they retract, like so. Yep. If we now put the material that the door is going to be made of in front of it there, and run across it, it opens. Ta-da! And then you can't really tell it's there at all. This is why you make it out the same material. I just need a button out. Button. Who's got the button? Button. There's the button. Now, there's a couple of places you can put it. You can either put it around that corner there, and you press it and run through. Or, because we've just wired it up to this block generally, you can pop it on the front here as well. It's entirely up to you, however you want to do it, however you want to hide it. If you're being super tricky, you can just keep a button on your person, or make a button at any point. You only need cobblestone, and I don't think you even need a crafting table to make it. And all you do is you just remember where it needs to be, so you know it needs to be on that bottom one. Stick your button on, give it a whack, in you go. And then it's only there for the time that you're in the house. Tricksy. Or, if you've made it out of stone or stone brick, you can leave it there all the time and you can't really see it. You can also have a lever, but like I was saying before, with a lever, once you've hit it once, you're kind of stuck. It'll stay open until you come out and reset it. So, I don't actually like using levers for secret doors, because I don't think they're that secret. So, for now, anyway, stop babbling, Claire. Press the button, in we go. No, we don't. That's why I've got it on delay, because I am rubbish. So yeah, you can see that's pretty compact. It was really quick to put up. It was like a couple of minutes to put up. And the key bits of it, you can wire the pressure plate and the button wherever you want, really, as long as they join up to the little bit of circuit that goes into this block that will turn this torch off, which will make the pistons retract. Any of the rest of it's completely up to you. And as you can see, that was really pretty simple to put together. Where are we? You can come all the way back to here. And then up here. And that's all really easy to encase. And this would be your door completely hidden. So it's pretty compact. It's really compact, in fact. It's what, 4 deep? 1, 2, 3 deep. 3 deep. It's only 1 wide because most of it's underground. So that, I really like it. That's my favourite type of door, and that's usually how I do it on the inside. So you know you're running for the slot and you're straight out. Damn, the phone's ringing. Bear with me a moment. You'll be sad to know it wasn't anything exciting. It was a cold caller. So let's put that grass back in that I panicked and removed. That is the secret door. La 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 la. Beautiful, right? Lovely. You would never know it was there. Really compact. Now, what you can do is you can put 2 of them facing each other, running off the same bit of circuit. I won't bother going into it, because it should be fairly self-explanatory from that. But what that would do is it would give you a double door, if you will. There is also something called the Jeb door, which if you want you can look up online. I'm not gonna go into it. If you're feeling confident, look for tutorials on how to make a jeb door. And what that basically is it pulls back and out, so the door would sit flush with whatever cliff you're going with. So as you can see from this, it is offset a little bit. It's back from the main thing, which isn't a massive thing if you make it look like a natural feature, like we did over there. So over here, it just looks like a little bit of a natural cave. Yeah, particularly if you take this corner out and stuff, and just make it a bit more cavey, like so. You wouldn't know there was a secret door in there. But if you wanted to sit flush, so you would just have a cave, a cliff or something like that on the side of your building, and you wanted to sit perfectly flat, you can look for something called the jeb door. Now, the drawback of that compared to mine is it does take a little bit more space. You need about 6 deep, about 6 wide, and it takes a lot more material than this one. But it does look awesome when it's done right. So yeah, that is the little mini tutorial on secret entrances. A really simple, basic survival, hardcore survival one, and a nice, elegant little, beautiful one. Look how nice that is. Okay, so that's that for this episode. That's it for this episode. That was Minecraft How To. I'm Claire for the Angels. If you liked this video, please like, share and comment. You can follow us on Twitter, Tumblr or Facebook, or subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching!